Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect. In the previous episode we had our first death in custody, which was not good. However, I guess since we are we are now 5 hours plus into the game, so that's something I wouldn't say to be proud of, because deaths in custody, not good. But compared to a lot of the other facilities, yes, I think it's quite decent. Anyway, we also received some more prisoners, notably our first batch of medium risk prisoners. Now, there's no really bad traits as far as I can tell. We do have an instigator, which is sort of a problem, but there's nothing like deadly or anything like that. You can see that we do have our snitch and ex-law enforcement happily wandering around as well. We did set it up so that this is protective custody only, but because we can't say no, protective custody, don't go to certain places, we have an issue there. Actually, what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to say medium sec for the, low sec for these. That is something that I did need to distinguish. Because at the moment I had that as medium and then the rest is whatever you want, whereas we need to have it like that. Anyway, so yes, we have these... overdose being taken care of. Yes, we have these prisoners in here. So the idea is that they will mainly hang around here, and we did change our regime to sort of fit that. If we go over to protective custody, you can see they have a lot of free time, so they'll wander around and then go take care of business, whatever that might be, but they're not working, which means they're not in things like the, well, in dangerous areas generally, like the workshop. Quite dangerous if someone wants to kick off. They can use saws for all manner of things, including sawing, but not just planks of wood or, well, the metal sheets. Same for the kitchen. You don't really want a lot of people in and around there if they're in danger, and, well, less we say about the... the stacks of bleach in the cleaning cupboard, the better. Right, so let's go ahead and place some more laundry machines, because it's about time we place some more, and I will actually build them all the way to the end there, like so. We have our new area around here currently without a floor, so I think I'm going to go for that one. What sort of floor do I want in here? Iron floor? Concrete? I think... What do we want in here? I think metal floor. We'll go for a metal floor in there. Also, in this corner, there's currently no purpose to it, so I'm going to place a couple of bins in there, because why not? It's our prison, we can do what we want. Right, so, we did do a couple of extra programs here. We've got the Guard Taser certification on the go, if I can actually find it. There we go. And probably stop these other two there. You see 40 finished, 33 passed, which is an 82% pass rate. There's some more, that's up to 86. And we can probably stop it after this set here, and you can see we're we're losing a lot of money there just because of the way that everybody passes that and then runs and buys things. So there we go, that's all now done. We do have 3 in the queue, it says behavioural therapy, so we could go for some more behavioural therapy there. General education, we've got 5 interested / qualified. Foundation education, we are probably best to get some more. That is run by... I guess it's... we want to reschedule all the programs, but not at the moment. Actually, yeah. Work / free time and free time. You can see now that this does show what everybody's doing. So if we take a look at our prisoners, let's have a quick look. Prisoners all the way down to protective custody. There's only 1, apparently. I guess the others have been released. I'm guessing so. So we're just going to keep an eye on them. So they've got free time. So they're spending their free time doing... They're not actually doing spiritual guidance, I don't think. No, they're not. See, they're just filling their needs in this room, but they're not actually doing the spiritual guidance program. They're just hanging around there. But nobody was fussing about them. Nobody was complaining that they're there or kicking off. For whatever reason, there's a lot of shotgun shells around here. Those will be from spent taser cartridges. Anyway, so we do have to keep an eye out for some traits. Oh, there we go, and that straight away, Sean Cadwell. I think we've seen that name before. We're going to change that to protective custody. And we also have a snitch in here, which I can't find. Is it that person there? J. Jimmy Barker. They're going to change to protective custody. And instigator, quick, skilled fighter, Stokel. No traits that I can... Extremely quick. That's a decent enough trait, but nothing of a great problem, really. There's a ding-a-ling noise, and what was that being done? I have no idea. It would have been legal prep. Let's go for legal defence now, because we had a hell of a lot of money, so we could easily go for that. In terms of our workshop, then, we do want to build another workshop. The question is, where do we want to build it? Well, I'm tempted to build it in and around there. In terms of the grid, it's running at 50%, so after finishing this off, it should be fine. It should be alright. So let's go ahead and do just that. So workshop saws will go along here. I'm not going to clone it because all the lights are in there, and that would be a bit of an issue if we did that. So we'll work our way across with each of these, with the tables, and there's that. Also put a table in there, and the CEO is calling. So it looks like your lawyer has filed some paperwork that is protecting you from the consequences of this mess. I guess it means I can't fire you this time. Get your prison in order and quickly make sure it stays in line. That trick won't work again, and it won't protect you forever. I have no idea what it's on about. Oh. Right, I'm an idiot, that's why. Legal defence is not what I thought it was. Legal prep is prepping for it. Legal defence is you cancelling the next one. Yeah, remove any current warnings, otherwise you'll be fired. Whoops. Oh, well. I can't honestly say that... Oh, let me change this to workshop. I can't honestly say that I remember doing that. Although, I've also never really had this huge amount of disposable income that we seem to have in this series, but I guess that is mainly due to us having this sort of excess, well, this massive amount of workshop space, which is exactly what we planned for. So it's sort of working on there. So I guess the lifeline that I had, I've just removed. That's not good. It's far from it. Let me dismantle these tables. I'm actually following a table there? Maybe not. I'm going to dismantle these, and the reason for that is I just want to move them along to the right, just so they're in line with the rest of the stuff. It's just a aesthetic choice, you understand. There we go, and that's a bit better. So now we have another workshop. We'll also need... Oh, we don't need, but I am going to get... Oh dear, there's a death, and it is... a snitch. Derek, Healthy Venom, Hatfield. Didn't know there were a snitch. I don't know whether that was recently brought in or whether it was just one of the traits that's unknown. But it started. It started. We did expect this to happen. It's just... I was hoping to have a little bit longer before it did happen. So anyway, we've got nobody assigned to these rooms, so let's assign there. It does say qualified prisoners 33 now, so we do have more prisoners qualified. In terms of our programs, workshop safety induction, let's just pause it here and go through them all. So that's low risk, that is medium risk, medium risk, medium risk, low risk, medium risk. I'm seeing a pattern. I reschedule all programs. Can we start another one? We could, but it wouldn't do anything. Same as that one was not doing anything. Carpentry apprenticeship. Reschedule. That's not going to do anything. Foundation. All rooms booked. General is fine. Behavioral therapy. It says 4 in the queue. Don't need that. Pharmacological treatment, drug addiction is fine. Alcoholic group is fine. Parole hearings all good. Spiritual guidance. Technically, we can run it for one more. We might as well do it. Okay, there we are. So, we'll have a shakedown. First shakedown, I believe, with the low-risk prisoners. We do want to have a guard patrol in and around here, so let's set that up. And there we are. So, obviously, we're going to find all of the usual stuff. We're going to find phones. We're going to find, well, it looks like to be mobile phones is the prime thing here, and also a lot of scissors. Where are these scissors coming from? Scissors. Why is it 13 scissors? That was hidden. Stolen. Stolen from... Ah, right. Apparently the library you can get scissors. Let me check. Dangerous scissors. That's where it is. Yeah. So you can actually get scissors nicked from the library. I didn't know that. Right. or at least it slipped my mind. Which wins day by day. I think we'll go for a metal detector then. I mean, normally we wouldn't place a metal detector on here, and uh-oh, there's a fire in here. Fire started in the kitchen. Brilliant! That's exactly what we wanted, just as we received some intake. Right, I mean, we don't have sprinklers. That's something that I should have probably placed. Let's go over to then emergencies and 2 fire engines and call them in, because that is spreading quickly and it's spreading to the visitor area, and that is not going to give the visitors a decent impression on what we're like. Oh my god, they're just sitting there. They're just sitting watching the fire. Thank you for that. That's exactly what I wanted. Get in there and sort this fire out, if you please. Actually, we'll send some of them around that way as well to try and we'll try and do a 2-pronged attack on this fire. Although I forgot that these have high pressure hoses that can cut through several layers of 1 meter thick wall, and that was it. That was actually fairly unimpressive as fires go. Although we're not looking for an impressive fire. That is when we do the escape episodes. So we're gonna fix all of this. You can see a lot of the prisoners are now walking through here. We're gonna max speed that out while they go ahead and funnel through, apparently. And I'm guessing that loads of these prisoners have nicked all sorts of stuff from here. Almost certainly, most of these prisoners. In fact, we're gonna just start randomly searching prisoners that came through there. We'll see if they've nicked stuff, because I think they have. Well, the ones that we searched didn't, so maybe I am accusing him of things that is not right. Anyway, let me go over to objects and to sprinklers, and I want to place some sprinklers. Where do I want to place them? There, and actually one of the corners. And then probably there. Same here. And that should be fine. Obviously we'll have to connect that up with some water pipe, but it should be quite easy to do. Although we might be very close to max. Yeah, I don't think the end ones are going to be connected. I think they'll just be outside of the distance of the small pipe. Yeah, one of them is. Okay, we fix it. We just place a large pipe up to there, and then that expands the range of that one. Excellent. Okay, so we do have prisoners working in here. This is good. We probably don't need another workshop just yet. 30 people qualified, so there's a lot more people being qualified. Right. Building brick. Let's get another dormitory in, and we'll get some more medium risk prisoners. So we're going to clone one of these, move it down to there, and then, yeah, that should be alright. What I'm also going to do is go over to our policy, and we are going to search everybody when they do things. We're not going to change, we're not going to search their, we're just going to search... we're not going to search cell, because the search cell would mean that if any one of these prisoners does something, it all kicks off. Actually, for murder we will. And for probably escape attempt, we'll search their cell as well. So for escape attempt, we will not up any of these. For murder, we will put them up by... do we do that? No, we don't. We don't. I was going to say upping this might work out, but we don't have anywhere to put the prisoners if that happens. So, for this, destruction, you'll have some solitary. For escape attempt, you'll have some solitary. Murder, you'll have some solitary. Attacking prisoners and staff, we'll all have that. Serious injury, solitary. For the rest, though, we'll just have lockdown. Because, you know, we now actually have solitary, which is good. We don't have any CCTV in there, so we can't see what's going on, but at least we have some stuff in there. Right, okay, so we're going to go over to quick build, and we're going to be cloning the cell block at the top here. So in no particular order, other than well, this exact order that I'm using now. And then we'll go along and we'll place in pretty much everything that we can, and that is now done. So that's our dormitory. You notice I did extend over to this side, so we should get the door servo. And then this one will be designated correctly as that. And then what I'll do is I'll change this dormitory in the centre to medium sec. The reason I'm putting the medium sec in the center and expanding out was because, well, actually, I don't know the reason for it. There probably is some logic behind it, at least my thinking. Will not be correct. Well, I don't know what it is, if it's correct or not, but I was thinking that the dormitories for the medium in the center is probably better for them. They don't have to travel as far up. I guess for up here they do. You know what? I think it's much of a muchness. I don't think it really matters where they are. However, the low-risk prisoners may have a tendency to want to escape more, so maybe having them on the edge is not the way forward. I don't know. I really don't know. I'd like you to know what your thoughts on that are. At the moment, it doesn't seem to matter too much. I don't think it's a game breaker either way, but it's something of note anyway. Let me go over to utilities and connections. We will connect that up to the door servo there. I'm going to hang on, is that wrong? That is wrong. I'm going to have to remove that, and I've done it completely wrong, and I've cancelled everything. But I guess it's not too much of a task to connect all of these up. There we go, and that one can be set to normal as well. Right, so this dormitory is getting placed. We will not change the assignment of this thing yet. What we'll do is wait until just before the intake for this dormitory, and then we'll move them off. In fact, we'll change it until it's after shower time. That's the best time to change it. We'll say medium sec only to that one. So just after the shower, which is now. There we go. So we're going to receive a lot more prisoners, and hopefully this will be built in time. It looks like they are. 10 minimum security and 29 normal security. And there is our big intake again. So that is now bringing even more prisoners in here. And also we can see that there is some traits that we need to worry about. Ex-law enforcement and quick. Protective custody. We've got a lot of skilled fighters here. Skilled fighters, surprisingly, they are the low-risk ones. What? Oh, okay, there's strong and deadly. Now, that is a problem. John McAvoy, prison number 3810258. Sentenced to 32 years for multiple crimes, including murder, violent disorder, and perjury. Yeah, okay. And ex-prison guard. I cannot remember seeing that one. Prisoner was once a police officer. This prisoner was once a police officer or some other law enforcement profession. Their life may be in danger. We've seen ex-law enforcement, but ex-prison guard? Protective custody. And, I was going to say, is that 6 question mark trait? No, it's just 2 people with unknown traits. And there we are. So, we have now received some more prisoners. We are currently on a total of 170 plus prisoners. Obviously, our maximum is 188, but that factors in for tunnel down there. Nah, I'm not worried. I'm not too worried. That also, remember, we have a total of 20 from here as well, so it's not a proper count. I am very tempted at this stage to start to change the entire facility to medium sec. Start to phase out the low sec. I don't know if that's a good decision or not. I think it would be a nice change. And that keeps getting detected there. Nah, can't be real. I mean, it could be, but I'm hoping it's not. When it comes to workshop, we can see that we have 36 prisoners qualified. A lot of prisoners not assigned to cells. That is also not connected up to the grid, which it now is. Speaking of the grid is running fine. We don't want it going over 80% because I think then that could be all kinds of problematic. Basically, things start to set on fire, and you don't want to use sprinkler systems because then it's even worse. Let me just double check this deployment. Deployment is fine, so I don't know why they're not getting escorted anywhere. And also that should be staff only, which it is not. I know there's some requests to change this outside bit to staff only. Currently we don't have any road gates, so we can't, but I will do that eventually. Right, I think we will leave it there. Next episode then we will look at perhaps starting to phase out a lot of our low-risk prisoners. I mean, the majority of low-risk prisoners anyway are going through parole and getting accepted. And even the ones that don't have a very low sentence time. So they might only be here like a couple of years, whereas you've got the medium risk. I mean, let's have a quick check. So, got 13 years sentence, 3 years sentence, 15 years sentence, 5 years, 12 years, 26 years, 20 years. So yeah, 16, 20. Then there's 2. So I mean, some of the low risk, the medium risk prisoners do have low amounts of time in here. Check the other one. There's 6 years, 12 years, 7 years, 13. Actually, you know what? They don't really. It's about the same. I mean, it's trending low. It is trending sort of between the 10 and low, where the other one is like between 10 and 20, perhaps 17. Yeah, there's more. There's certainly ones that are closer to the 20s rather than the 10s. But anyway, yeah, I think maybe moving this over to a medium sec facility would probably work better. Certainly not for our grading. I think we'd probably have. We probably have some issues there, but we'll, it is different, so we'll see how we get on. What's up there? 22 prisoners were unable to be assigned to a cell. Why is that? Why is that? Let me check. I might have to change one of these to just whoever it needs to be. Let me get some dog patrols in. Dog patrols in there. Right. I think what I'll have to do then is have this one in the centre. Just shared for now. And then they'll be assigned. It says 22 prisoners were able to be assigned to a cell. Unless they've just received more prisoners than we can handle. Okay. I'll have a look at that next episode. So, we will look at changing over some of these prisoners. I'm going to close our intake for now, and see if that affects the amount of people working in the workshop. Obviously, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms currently not assigned to workshop. Whether or not we do anymore, I don't know. I'm also tempted to expand and get forestry, but we'll have to see how we get on. As always, if you have enjoyed the video, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.